or Scott's mailbox. You're looking for 5 minutes.
Andy, after the meeting, if I could talk
Yeah.
a couple things.
Absolutely.
Okay, it started early. I just went outside all day yesterday and was
We're at
like,
Ties Thursday, Mark.
No,
So you tie in, see that?
no. If I did, I wouldn't be going. There's a reason I stay a teacher and not become.
You go Wednesday night?
No, I'm gonna go Thursday, because I'm not doing anything Thursday at the event. I'm going to Thursday delegate assembly.
Right. Oh, is that at night?
That's at 7, gotta start recording at 6.
You're going
Just Friday.
Good Friday.
Well, touch base. 6 o'clock, I'd like to call this meeting to order. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Anderson,
present.
Badiford,
Present.
Doobie,
Present.
Holstein,
Present.
Yaris,
Here.
Rabish here, Kuchar,
Present.
7 present.
Thank you. Hopefully an extra hour of sleep did people a bunch of good this weekend. I'm not sure if it helped or hurt me yet. I seem extra tired today, but anyway. Do we have any additions, changes to the agenda? Move to approve.
Sport.
Motion and support, any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, motion carries. Community comments about the agenda items. Anybody want to comment on the agenda items at all? I think so, it's a short agenda. All right, we'll get right to business, the consent agenda.
Move to approve MASSP Women's Summit Field Trip, November 12th, 13th, 2023.
Sport.
A motion to support, any discussion on that? Roll call, please.
Yaris,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Badiford,
Yes.
Doobie,
Yes.
Holstein,
Yes.
Rabish, yes, Kuchar,
Yes.
7-0.
Thank you, motion carries. All right, public comments. Anybody like to address the board about anything regarding the school?
Surprise, everybody knows why I'm here. Okay. Just in case, my name is Sarah St. Peter. I've been in Rhodes, Michigan for over 15 years. I have a high school graduate from Pinconning. I have 4 daughters currently in the school system. And then I have a toddler who's coming up. So I'm invested. I'm invested in the school. I'm invested in the community. It's very important to us. We participate in sporting events and, charities. We bought uniforms for the soccer team this year, things like that. So I'm coming to you today because, despite the wonderful, school that we have, we keep addressing the same problem over and over again. And that is the school's dress code policy and the way it's being handled. Unfortunately, almost every week, my daughters call me from school crying. I have to disrupt my day and their day to go and pick them up. They are repeatedly embarrassed almost every week by staff members at the school. They're shouted at, singled out, and harassed by many adults, not just the hall monitor in charge. The secretary will watch them walk by the window. Hey, you, come into my office. Teachers will get up during class and say, you can't wear that. This is obviously a problem. Regardless, the hall monitor who's supposed to handle this speaks to our students with complete disrespect. Her comments are, hey, you can't wear that. Stand up for me. That's one of my favorites. And your boobs are out. Those are all things that are being approved by the school that people are saying to our students, not just mine, but others. And I know, maybe these girls are dressing really ridiculous. My daughters are wearing the same thing that your daughters are wearing. We all know this. Regardless, last week my 12-year-old daughter had to stand up for a friend, opposing a teacher who was embarrassing the girl in front of the class. She called her up in front of the class to tell her that her dress was inappropriate. She was wearing jeans with biker shorts, spandex underneath them, and had big holes in the jeans. So, the next day, Annika was dress coded by the hall monitor. The hall monitor called her by name. Hey, Annika, you can't wear that. She came up to my daughter, who had her arms crossed because she wasn't happy, and she put both hands on her arms and pushed them down to her sides and said, do you feel the holes in those jeans? You can feel your skin in there. Obviously not appropriate. So I contacted the school and let them know what had happened. The next day, my daughter is called out of lunch by the hall monitor. And the first thing she says is, I had to bring you out here because you lied to your mom and told her that I harassed you yesterday. And my daughter said, no, that was not a lie. You really embarrassed me. So I brought this to the school's attention again, hoping to get some answers. And here's exactly what they said. As for the interactions with the hall monitor, part of her job is to enforce the rules. They are not her rules, they are board policy. And she is just to enforce them regardless of who the student is. And she is told to do so as discreetly as possible. This kind of behavior has to stop. And no changes have ever been made. I've been complaining about this for a very long time. Everyone here knows that I have, or those involved with the school directly. But we don't get any change, and people just point fingers. It's not me, it's the board. So this is
You have one
disrupting.
more minute left.
I'm sorry?
You have one more minute.
Oh, I apologize. Let me go to
Hey.
what I'm looking for. Someone has to take responsibility. Behavior of publicly embarrassing girls can't be tolerated. Adults need to make referrals to adults privately. And then we speak to these children with respect, even if they're doing something wrong. And the school policy does not reflect today's public standards. I think every pair of jeans has holes in them now. And kids wear hats, just as an example. Any school policy, especially this one, should be unbiased and without discrimination toward any student. If you read our policy, it's loaded with rules for the ladies. There's not a single rule for a gentleman. It also uses really inappropriate language like breasts, cleavage, and common decency, referring to women's attire. We're not trying to make our girls uncomfortable. We're trying to make them strong and productive. And I want my school to help me do that. I think that in 4 to 6 weeks, we could have a new dress code, maybe.
Thank you. And I don't know, I replied kind of late this afternoon. Did you see my reply at all?
I did.
Okay,
yes.
good. And then, just get my clock to stop here. That I did share that, the original email was to me, so I made sure that my response and everybody, so they could get the information that you provided me. So thank you much for that, and to follow up with this. I pulled the student dress code also, and I don't have an issue revisiting it, so thanks for coming in. Anybody else like to address the school board at all? All right, thank you. Discussion items. The first one is the strategic community meeting. Was able to lock that down for January 20th. Again, Jack would like that to be 8 hours. I'm thinking we do it 8:30 to 4:30. I'll give a little bit of people a little bit more time in the morning, plus we need to get some other things in line. And then hopefully we're out even earlier than that.
Does this include stakeholders then?
Yes, yeah,
So this is where this kind of thing would come up.
correct.
Dress code.
Yep. Absolutely. And so what I'm hoping to get from Jack is he says he wants 40, 50 people there. What I want to get from him is there a breakdown of when you want to address certain things so the stakeholders don't have to be there all 8 hours? In other words, if you want to talk about extracurricular stuff here or policy stuff here and curriculum stuff here, that way we don't have to have our administrators here the whole time, because this is a Saturday off. And so I want to make sure we treat everybody who comes with respect to time, you know, you guys don't care about, we're gonna be there all 8 hours for those who share, you know, or if you can make it, obviously. I'll plan on being there at that whole time. So, but that's what I'm looking at is 8:30 to 4:30. I know in the email I sent out, I was looking at Linda and Brian to help me out as far as planning snacks and drinks and what we want to do to provide lunch so we can keep people from leaving and try to get everything there. But I got to get stuff lined up from Jack as far as maybe how this agenda is going to be set for that day. But I'll do my best. But at least we have a date and we can let people know.
Is it a, do you know if it's a public event?
Yes.
Or is it
Yes.
invitation also? Do we invite certain stakeholders?
We, as,
Good,
yeah,
yeah.
if I recall, we want to invite certain stakeholders, but it should be open to the public.
Either both.
Yes.
Certain people, if someone
Yeah.
we know is interested.
Yeah. So if word spreads and they're like, hey, I want to talk about this, then it should be open to the public. As far as my conversation with Jack when he was here, that's what I got, is that we want to make sure we invite and have certain people there because of their involvement or knowledge, and then obviously open to the public. So that was my understanding. Any other items on
Is there a
that?
location?
That's what we were gonna look at. I think we're still looking at the township hall.
Township hall, if it's not available, we're gonna think about like the community center
Yep.
as well, because it's nice open space.
Yeah, so those are the top two venues, is Pinconning Township Hall and the community center. We'll get those lined up, one of those two, you know, let people know, but I'm glad we're a little over 2 months ahead of schedule to get that out, word out. Any other questions on that? Great. There is the MASB delegate for the whole conference this weekend. Brad's going there Wednesday through Saturday. I'll be there Thursday through Saturday, and Carrie's going just on Friday. There's some really good seminars that they're going to have that we wanted to look at. And then I'm also going to delegate assembly on Thursday night. They just got this through, I got my email a couple days ago. If you care to look through a 50-page document, the things that I will be voting on as our representative, you can go to the MASB website, or you can take a look at this little booklet if you want tonight on stuff that, like I said, got to vote on is language, resolutions, things of that nature if you're of interest, or if you just say, we trust you, Kuchar, go ahead, or I don't care, Kuchar, go ahead. But I've participated before, and it's a long and political night, but I enjoy it. So it can be painful at times, but overall, I think it's good business. So that's where I'll be. You and oh no, you're not gonna be there that night. Are you doing the board classes all the time? You're gonna be busy anyway.
Yeah, each night, what is it, 6 to 9:30?
Yeah, 6 to 9 are those classes. So, any other discussion items?
I'd like to consider changing the administrative guidelines for overnight trips to allow superintendent to approve small groups to be able to travel and notify the board at the next meeting. Groups of less than 5, each has the authority to be able to go ahead and approve or disapprove those, and then notify us at the next meeting that has been taken care of.
I think that's coming.
Okay.
That's what we're,
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
Are we doing?
No.
Yeah, yeah.
Your discussion
Yeah. it's
was
coming
that
to the
we
next one.
would be
Oh,
more
there's a
diligent
policy
about.
meeting on
Yeah,
that?
we just had.
We just had a policy meeting on.
Thank you, policy committee. You're such a wide.
All right, so we had a motion, but no support, right, Brad?
No, that's not a motion at all. That
Oh,
was
just
discussion.
discussion, okay.
Policy to
Yeah.
consider.
All right,
And they can do that.
that's what I was gonna bring up too, but obviously policy said something about that, we'll get a little update next time. All right, so, sounds good, working on it. Any other discussion items?
Did policy talk about dress code too?
No.
This time?
Something that would be on top, policy tends to be more than any,
Right.
than any other one, so.
Because I think it's something we should, because I don't.
Yeah, I was
Waiting until January 20th.
No.
to Get the stakeholders.
yeah, and
I
I
would
was,
put Midlands. I'll look at Midlands. Some good points in there.
See, I, with robotics, I've been in a lot of schools, and there's a couple times when you're sitting there and it just catches you off guard.
Yeah.
But I know if you speak to the gentlemen, what they see the girls wearing in the summer, way down less than what they're seeing them in the hallway. Bathing suits are a hell of a lot less, so.
So, and I would agree with that. I pulled the dress code and I looked tonight with some of the language or updating it. I saw at least 4 policies that could, or 4 sections that can be addressed, updated in some manner. So.
Don't you think it looks like maybe over the years we've added something?
Oh, yeah.
Just not modified and added again. And I was kidding.
Yeah.
We should go back to the 60s and 70s.
Dress code, but
You couldn't wear jeans, you couldn't wear shorts, you couldn't wear nothing.
We didn't wear shorts here.
Couldn't wear nothing.
86 or 80.
That'll be a problem.
No, boy, not if everybody was that way.
When I went to college in the seventies, you could not.
Doesn't seem to be no trouble on the nude beach.
They just wear them.
All right. On that note, I definitely want to end that discussion. On the nude beach, I didn't think I'd have to say. Thanks, Tom. Any other discussion items?
Now you want me to adjourn?
I do. I really do.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Support. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, he's off.
Yeah.